What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over the latest roster update for Madden 21. It's another week. It's that time of the week. It's another roster update. We got players going up. We got a lot of players going down that I know you guys are going to be mad about. And as always, make sure to comment below who do you think is getting slept on, who's getting disrespected in the ratings. And if you're new to the channel, hey, post videos pretty much every day about Madden updates and things like that. We got next gen Madden coming soon as well. So if you don't want to miss out on any of that stuff, make sure to subscribe, turn on the bell icon so that you never miss any of these important uploads. So first, like we do every week, we're going to go over the blog that EA Sports put out where they touch on a few specific players, and then we're going to go over all of the main players that are going up and going down, and there's a bunch of them this week. Now, of course, most of us already know that Russell Wilson became the newest member of the 99 overall club because we found this out a few days ago. But of course, as always, EA is going to touch on this in the blog, and they said, safe to say Wilson delivered, leading his Seahawks to a comeback victory on the heels of 3 touchdown passes, including the game clincher in the final seconds as the rain came down in Seattle. The veteran is already the topic of MVP discussions, and he's already thrown for 1,500 yards, 19 touchdowns, and just 3 picks through 5 games. Russell Wilson, welcome to the 99 club. And now we have another player that's inching very close to that 99 overall club, and that is Travis Kelsey, going up 1 overall and is now a 98 overall. Now, you know, once players reach that 98, that means they're kind of on 99 club watch from that point on, because usually that's an indication if they're on that upward trajectory and they hit 98, there's a good chance they could become 99 at some point of this year if they keep up their consistent play. It says here, the Chiefs didn't win on Sunday, but Travis Kelsey still produced, leading his team in receiving with an 8-catch, 108-yard, and 1 touchdown line on 12 targets. Kelsey scored his 3rd touchdown of the season, and his performance in Week 5 was enough for the Madden Ratings Adjuster team to bump his overall to a 98, tying him with the highest overall rating at a tight end position with George Kittle. Next up, we got Chase Claypool, who had a huge coming out party last week, just went absolutely nuts for the Steelers. The rookie wide receiver is going up 2 overall to a 73, and it says here, the Steelers are known for scouting great talent at receiver, and rookie Chase Claypool further solidified that narrative with the legitimate breakout performance in Week 5. The Notre Dame product scored 4 total touchdowns, 3 receiving and 1 rushing, and posted a 7-catch, 110-yard, 3 touchdown line on 11 targets, leading the Pittsburgh receiving corps. The Madden Ratings Adjuster simply cannot ignore Claypool's performance, so the rookie will see a ratings boost. Now we got to talk about some of these players that are going down, and the first guy is Jimmy Garoppolo. He's going down 3 to an 80 overall. He has not had the hottest start to the year. He's even been hurt for some games as well. It says here, in his first game back after suffering an ankle injury in Week 2, things didn't quite go Jimmy Garoppolo's way. He went 7 for 17 with 2 interceptions in the first half and was benched at halftime. The Madden Ratings Adjuster team will be reducing Jimmy G's awareness and accuracy ratings as a result of his poor performance. And next up, we have Tom Brady, who's been kind of going up and down a few times already this year. He's going down this week 1 point to a 91 overall. It says here, the GOAT had a tough game last Thursday night against the Bears defense that seemed to be pressuring or hitting him every time he dropped back. That's not all on Tom Brady, but while he's continued to play at a high level as he ages, he's clearly lost a step from his prime. He threw for 253 yards and 1 score. During an end-of-game drive for a potential go-ahead field goal attempt, Brady thought he had an extra play to use after throwing incomplete on 4th down. But the game was over as he stood there seemingly confused until he realized he had to jog to the sideline. The Madden Ratings Adjuster team isn't being too hard on him, but he's due for a ratings dip ahead of Week 6. Now that's it for the blog. Let's go over the entire list of all of the big and notable names that are going up and going down. First off, starting with the people that are going up, Jalen Ramsey is +1 to a 95. He had a really great game. He's been having a lot of great games so far this year. He's still kind of the 1A, 1B along with Stephon Gilmore for those top cornerbacks in the league. So he's going up to a 95. Trent Williams goes up 1 to a 94 overall. Calvin Ridley continuing to have a great year. I believe this is his 3rd year, really having that big breakout. He's going up +1 to an 87 overall. Dak Prescott, who was having a really good year, probably his best year so far, obviously went down with that crazy injury, so he's going to be out for the rest of the year, but he is getting a +1 to an 87 overall, which was much deserved after how he's been playing this year. Brandon Cooks kind of had, his best game so far of the year with the Texans. He goes up 1 to an 86 overall. DeMarcus Lawrence, after having a really huge slump this year, finally kind of put together a nice game. He goes up +1 to an 86 overall. Jonathan Allen going up once again, +1 to an 85 overall. Deshaun Watson finally going back in the right direction. He had dipped, I think, a couple times this year after the rough start for the Texans, but last week they finally get that win. He goes up +1 to an 84 overall. James Bradbury's been going up all year. It seems like almost every week he's going up a point. He's going up +1 again this week to an 83 overall. KJ Wright going up +1 to an 83 overall as well. Mike Gesicki for the Dolphins, he's been going up almost every week as well. He's kind of finally having that breakout, season that Dolphins fans have been waiting for. He's +1 to an 83 overall as well. Ryan Tannehill, another guy that continues to go up, +1 to an 83 overall as well. And we got DK Metcalf, who's probably the most exciting receiver so far this year, just been tearing it up. He goes up +1 to an 82 overall. He's going to keep going up all year, I think, especially if he keeps playing at the way he's playing, the level he's playing. He's going to be in those high 80s for sure by the end of the year. Jaron Reed is +1 to an 82 overall as well. Jalen Smith of the Cowboys finally going up. He had went down a few times. He's up +1 to an 82 overall. Bradley Roby going up +1 to an 81 overall. Derek Carr also +1 to an 81 overall, having a pretty good year with those Raiders. They just knocked off the Chiefs. Jamison Crowder had a nice week. He's up +1 to an 81 overall. Ronald Jones II of the Bucs, +1 to an 81 overall. He's actually been playing really, really solid for the Bucs, and they were hoping for him to kind of break out a little bit more, last year, but kind of took a little bit of time. But he's actually looking pretty solid. We got Alden Smith of the Cowboys, kind of trying to make a case for that comeback player of the year. He's up +1 to a 79 overall, looking just like the same Alden Smith he was when he was in his prime. Baker Mayfield finally going back up. He's +1 to a 79 overall. Antoine Winfield Jr., the rookie in Tampa Bay, +1 to a 79 overall. Kyler Murray is also +1 to a 79 overall. Feels like he's still very underrated. I feel like he should still be somewhere in those low 80s, but he's still having a hard time cracking that 80 overall for some reason. CeeDee Lamb of the Cowboys, he's been tearing it up this year, man. Another really great game last week. He's +1 to a 78 overall. And Jimmy Graham looking a little vintage last week, looking like the old school Jimmy Graham, having some big plays. He's up +1 to a 78 overall. Now it's time to talk about those guys that are going down, and this is where we all like to get mad. And we've got some guys dropping, a couple guys that are dropping really big this week. So first we're going to start with George Kittle. Actually goes down 1 to a 79 overall. So that's interesting, as Travis Kelsey goes up to the 98. George Kittle drops down to the 97, and it's always a very big, debate who's the best tight end in the league between these two guys right now. And last year it was certainly George Kittle. So far this year it's looking like Travis Kelsey's got that upper hand, but both guys are studs, but George Kittle is dropping. Calais Campbell goes down 1 to a 93 overall. Lamar Jackson, the MVP, the cover boy, going down 1 to a 93 overall. Usually I think they're a little bit more lenient with the cover guy, but Lamar hasn't had, the start to the year that, compares to what he was doing last year, but he's still in that elite range, but, kind of don't like to see him go down. But, the Ravens are still, they're still winning. They're still playing well, but Lamar Jackson hasn't been as crazy so far this year as he was last year. Matt Ryan, as the Falcons continue to lose games, he's down 1 to an 86 overall. Minkah Fitzpatrick goes down 1 to an 86 overall as well. AJ Green is down 1 to an 85 overall. Just been dropping all year long. Just doesn't really look quite like the guy that he used to be. Marshawn Lattimore, my guy, going down once again to an 85 overall. And I can't really complain because he's just been having, he had the big play to win the game, the big tackle on 4th down, which was huge. But, for the, 4th week in a row, he's just getting beat a lot in coverage. Not a lot, but a couple big plays in coverage a game that, someone of his caliber cannot continue giving up those type of plays. So I do understand why he's dropping. We've got Rob Gronkowski going down 4 to an 85 overall. And this is probably where he should have been to start the year. EA had him at I think a 95 to start the year, something crazy like that. And everybody was like, this guy wasn't even looking that good when he last was on the field, and then he retired for a year. So this is some overcorrection, clearly seeing that Rob Gronkowski is not nowhere near the guy that they had him rated as at the beginning of the year, and now he's more in a fair type of overall range. Trey Flowers down 1 to an 85 overall. Zach Ertz down 3 to an 85 overall. A lot of tight end movement this week. Zach Ertz has dropped quite a few times this year, and Zach Ertz has not been having the best year. He's looking like nowhere near the guy that he was for the last few years, and I don't know, it's kind of surprising because now he's not super old, I don't believe, but he just has not been looking too good this year. We got Kevin Zeitler down 1 to an 84 overall. Linval Joseph down 1 to an 84 overall as well. We have Dwayne Brown down 1 to an 83 overall. Phillip Rivers down 1 to an 83 overall as well. He's, definitely looking like it's about getting time for him to retire soon, to be honest. Eric Ebron down 1 to an 82 overall. Greg Olsen, also another tight end here that is down 3 to an 82 overall. So pretty much all these big name tight ends. You look at Kelsey goes up 1, Kittle goes down 1, Gronk goes down 4, Ertz goes down 3, Olsen goes down 3. Last week I think we had Darren Waller go up 3. So a lot of tight end movement as of lately. We have Matthew Judon down 1 to an 82 overall. Deshaun Jackson down 1 to an 81 overall. Joe Hayden down 2 to an 81 overall. Sheldon Richardson down 1 to an 81 overall. The legend Larry Legend, going down once again. He's down 1 to an 80 overall. Leonard Fournette goes down once again. I think it's the second or third time this year. He's down 1 to an 80 overall. Steven Nelson is down 2 to an 80 overall. K'Wan Short down 6 points to a 79 overall. Now, I haven't really watched too much of the Panthers this year. Is this guy playing that bad? You never see somebody go down like 6. That's like really rare. So maybe somebody can leave a comment and let me know what's going on with that. Carson Wentz continues to go down, not having the greatest year. He's down 1 to a 78 overall. And my guy Joe Burrow, after his toughest game of the year, he's down 1 to a 78 overall. I don't really feel like that game was that much his fault. I mean, his offensive line just left him out to die, and they need to get my guy an offensive line. But you have a bad performance, sometimes that happens. So even though I don't feel like it was all his fault, he is down 1 to a 78. So that is all of the big names this week. Again, let me know how you feel below, and as always, I will see you guys next time.